What's up? Weekly Metal Reviews here with a fucking list.
Yay!
Keith, we're here with our top 5 Megadeth songs. Before we start this list, I want to just throw this out there. Yes, there are a lot of Megadeth songs. We probably should have done a top 10, but what's the point of a list if you're going to include everything, in my mind? So we limited it to 5. We have some honorable mentions, however. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of songs on here. I mean, we listen to a lot of Megadeth throughout their entire discography. So it's not like we're just ignoring all the songs that didn't make the cut. If something didn't make the cut, let us know. Don't be a douche about it. And yeah, let's get this started. Any honorable mentions?
A couple honorable mentions that I had is "Take No Prisoner" from Rust in Peace. I thoroughly enjoy that song. It was, that's the first, the first real almost I don't know what better word to say, underground Megadeth song that I got into extensively. Another one of my other two that I have is "Symphony of Destruction," just because that song is one of those songs that made Megadeth. And then one of the other honorable mentions is honestly from their new album. That's Black Swan, because Black Swan is a great song and the intro's awesome. So yeah.
Not the new album anymore.
Well, it's not, but I ignored the fact that Super Collider exists. I'm sorry. So.
My honorable mentions go to Sweating Bullets and Super Collider, and that's about it. Just kidding. Those get not so honorable mentions. My honorable mentions go to the songs Family Tree off of Euthanasia. I fucking love that song with a serious passion. When I first started to listen to Euthanasia, that's all I listened to was that song. Next, I had a shout out to Head Crusher. Head Crusher's just a fucking great song. That song rips. So I really dig that shit. And third, I had a honorable mention to the song Hook and Mouth off of So Far, So Good, So What. Dave Mustaine sounds so pissed off, and maybe he's just drunk when he recorded the vocals in this. But I love that song. It's really good. The album, I don't know so much. It's kind of meh. Yeah. But whatever. That's a great song. So let's get this list going. What's number 5?
My number 5 is She-Wolf from Cryptic Writings. I love this song for the fact of just how simple it is. That it's still a great thrashy song, yet it's very simplistic in the way that it's written. And the lyrics are interesting to me, which is also another good reason why I love them. And also the guitar solo / harmony at the end is, I think, one of the best ones that this has come out of Megadeth, especially during that time period. And this song, during a time when Megadeth was starting to go more commercial, this was a great throwback to their thrash roots on that album. So that's why I love She-Wolf.
What about He-Dog?
Oh. Funny guy.
Number 5, I had Return to the Hangar. I mean, Hangar 18. Let's just pretend Return to the Hangar doesn't exist. The Hangar 18, that intro is so evil. And then those verse riffs. I mean, goddamn. It's so groovy and it's so cool sounding every time. I've listened to this song 10 million times through just, jamming it in my car to playing it on guitar to playing it on fucking Guitar Hero 2 or something, That song is just amazing. And those solos. I mean, those solos are just awesome. That song is the definition of shred. Great jam. Number 4, I had one of Keith's honorable mentions, and that is Black Swan. Yeah, that's right. Off of 13. I don't really give two rats' asses whether that album came out 2 years ago. It needs to stand the test of time. I don't really believe in that. If something's great, it's great. I acknowledge greatness right from the start. It doesn't matter to me. And that song is great. That riff, so catchy and just so awesome. I love that chorus. First time I heard that chorus, I creamed. I just love that song overall. And when I jam 13, that is the song that I jam the most. That is a seriously great song.
Side note on Black Swan. Black Swan was Reggie, who's our friend who's never listened to anything really past like Rust in Peace. I played him that song one time driving up to school, and he plays that song all the time now.
Yeah, it is a good song.
My number 4 is Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. This is arguably one of Megadeth's most well-known songs. Actually, it probably is their most well-known song. And this was the first Megadeth song that I really got into. It was, I was dabbling into various forms of metal couple years back, and that song just kind of clicked, and just how it was the first part of the song. It's just a wild ride, with Dave Mustaine touting out lyrics, brother will kill brother,
Spilling blood across the land.
There's lyrics like that, and then also the middle part is awesome. With that riff is one of Megadeth's best riffs that they've ever written, in my opinion. And then I also love the little thing right before the solos that Dave does, the or whatever. I love that. That was what sold me on the song, honestly, first time I heard it. And this song is just, there's a reason why it's, one of their greatest. And, it's really not much to say. It grabs you by the balls and doesn't let go, and it's just a great thrash anthem, I think. So, yeah.
I forgot about that song, so I'm going to give that an honorable mention. I can't believe I forgot that song. That middle part with the solos. Those solos are perfect. And the riff, like in the beginning, when it slows down, that is so heavy. Anyways, what song are we on?
Number 3. But my number 3 is In My Darkest Hour. I think it says. Yeah. Which is a song that, for a while, I didn't like that song for the longest amount of time for whatever reason. I was stupid. It just grew on me, and I've grown to love everything about that song now. That song is probably one of my favorite early Megadeth songs. It's just, with the main riff and just how everything just kind of flows perfectly together, and how this one musical idea, the da-da-da-da, is used everywhere, and then the whole thrashy end of the song, the lyrics, and how it all just kind of goes wild and crazy there at the end of the song, and with the solos, and then it's everything Megadeth tries to do with thrash. It's melodic and really, and then it gets really slow and heavy, and then it gets really fast. So it's just an awesome song, man.
At first I thought that song, I didn't like it either because I thought it was just kind of weird. It kind of doesn't have any structure to it.
Nope.
It just kind of goes. I thought that was just...
That's one of the things that I love about it, is that it just flows so naturally.
Dave Mustaine was probably drunk that whole album. Whatever. Number 3, I had a Tulipon. I'm not even going to say the rest. I don't know French. I love that song. The lyrics are just so great, and Marty Friedman's solo is so powerful in that song. And that's just one of those solos by him. As I've said many times, he is my favorite guitar player. That just makes me just cream everywhere. With Marty Friedman's solos, he writes just the most perfect things. It's just every note, the way it flows is perfect, and that's one example. And then that guitar harmony at the end is just so powerful. Overall, this is just a very, engaging song. It's catchy. It's got some of the best Megadeth lyrics, the very thought-provoking lyrics and stuff. And overall, I just love this song. I'm one that likes the original over the version with the chick from Lacuna Coil. Not that that's a bad version, but I like the original a little bit better. But, yeah. Number 2, I had Countdown to Extinction, the title track off of Countdown to Extinction. No shit. All I have to say is that chorus. That chorus is amazing, and that lead in that chorus just blows my mind every time. Yeah, that song is just so great, and I love the verses, just how they have this like very sexual groove to them. Although Megadeth really isn't that sexy of a band, but it's just, if you just take away Dave Mustaine's vocals, because he's not very sexy, just the groove there is just awesome. And that's just an amazing song for a very, very great album. I wish that song would have been the song that, like, you know, kind of blew up off that album instead of Symphony of Destruction. Not that it's a bad song, but just Countdown to Extinction. I just feel that track has everything going for it in the right direction. It's just one that I consistently jam all the time for Megadeth. So, yeah.
My number 2 is another title track, but from their second album. So, my number 2 is Peace Sells by Who's Buying, from album of the same name. If I want to groove the fuck out, I'm going to put on Peace Sells. Alright? Especially with that intro. Just doo-doo-doo-doo. That's like probably one of easily the most famous bass line in thrash, if not almost probably metal. And at first, you know, again, the first time I listened to it, the lyrics were laughable, and they still kind of are, but it fits.
Some of it's a little true too.
Yeah,
I mean, some of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more the way he's singing, the way he's singing it, which it fits. And then the chorus, I just, you know, is probably, I don't know, even though just the guitars in the chorus is probably my favorite Megadeth chorus. It's like, I'm like, yes. And then when they build it back up at the end of the song and it gets thrashy, you still bring the main riff back. I'm just like, please, just, God. Yeah, I don't want the song
riff
to end.
is awesome too. Like yeah, it's a very, very true saying if you really think about that title too.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's just, I know it's like, you know, if I get crapped on because, everybody thinks this song's best, I don't care who you are, that song is amazing. So, yeah, it's my number 2. And my number 1 is A Two of Them On. I love that song. Also, I'm gonna say right now, before I get too far into it, it's a throw-up, really, for me, between the two versions. I have things that I really like about the original that I don't like too much in the remake, and then there's things I like about the remake that I don't like too much about the original. And like everything Tyler said, it's a really melodic, thought-inducing song. The solo of Marty Friedman's perfect. I mean, the little intro thing they throw in the remake is, I don't like it, and I honestly, you know, wish it wouldn't have been in there, but it's still a good song. And I mean, the, you know, like he said, the harmony, and it's just, the song just is perfect, I feel. The main reason why I would almost even say I like the remake a little bit more is I like that it's almost a little bit more upbeat in a way, and then I know it's almost kind of contrasts the setting of the song, but then like the original tuning is what, it's in E flat, isn't it? The original for the original, it's almost too dark, I feel, for that. I don't know. It almost didn't fit. Like, the lyrics should have been darker if they were going with something like that. So when they went up to E standard for the remake, I liked that. And then also, I like me some chick vocals. So I love Christina Scavia from Lacuna Coil hopping on that. But, oh no, even the original, it's a great track. Easily, hands down, in my opinion, the best Megadeth song they've ever written. Because it's so masterfully composed, and it's just perfect.
My number 1 is Don't Turn Your Back on Friends.
Oh, God.
Just kidding.
Oh, God.
my number 1 is, you might be able to guess, but Tornado Souls, off of Rust in Peace. I can't think of a more perfectly written metal song. To be completely honest with you, this song fucking shreds. It has, arguably, in my opinion, the best solo ever written in metal. Because it shreds, but when it doesn't want to shred, it doesn't shred. It's heavy. The song is technical. I mean, just look at that. The second riff, I guess, comes in. There's so many riffs. The second riff that comes in, it's just so technical. You know, the riff that comes back later in the song when he says the land of opportunities and all it does for me, blah, blah, blah. That riff is hard to play. Me and Keith, years ago, our band covered this song for a show, and I had to sit down and learn that solo, and it was really hard, but it was just such a great challenge, and that's when I was like, okay, Marty Friedman is totally my favorite guitarist of all time, because just that solo right there, you can't get a more perfectly written solo. It's just, I love just how kind of darkish.
Builds up with it, like everything.
Yeah, it just builds up, and I like how kind of like dark that solo is, and it just goes so fucking flawlessly with the rhythm behind it. Just certain parts about it. Just how he uses, the different arpeggios, and just how he just, towards the end, he's just like fucking shredding, and he scales, and it's just like, oh my god. And then the riff that comes after it, it's just like, god damn, are you serious? And then the drums in that song are just fucking mind blowing. And I just feel overall too, that is one of Dave Mustaine's best vocal performances by far from anything that he's ever done. I really can't think of a better metal song. It really has everything. If you want something that's heavy and thrashy, it's there. If you want something that's technical, it's there. If you want something with a screaming solo, it's there. If you want something with some great vocal parts, it's there too. It's just, I love this song, and I can't ever get tired of this song. That's why it's number one Megadeth song of all time for me. Yeah.
You think that's it?
I think that's it too. I would like to see Megadeth play all of Euthanasia live. I just thought of that.
It'd be great. I would honestly just love to see them. I don't know. Just like any of just play. I would like them to contact me before a show and just be like, "What songs do you want to hear?" And I'll be like, "Play these. Leave that shit from Super Collider Land. Play these," and then I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'd include songs on your list too. Don't worry.
Thanks for watching. Let us know your top 5 Megadeth songs. And thanks for subscribing. We'll see you around.